This is ABRSM Grade 1 Theory. Question 3.4. It's asking you to tick two boxes to show the two pairs of notes in this scale which are a semitone apart. Now, there's multiple ways that you can answer this question. You could either know that in a major scale, you are going to have the third, fourth and the seventh and eighth are going to be semitones. I make sure that all of my students know this, but in this case, we don't necessarily know that the answer, the example that we've got is going to be a major scale, in which case it becomes a little more complicated. But here's a way of doing it that every time you can get it right. So first of all, you're going to draw a keyboard, and I do it the bunny's teeth. So we do 2 bunny's teeth, 3 bunny's teeth, 2 bunny's teeth, 3 bunny's teeth. You can just do it up to there. Then you draw a line across the top, you leave a big gap and a line down the bottom. Then you're going to have lines spaced at each side and then close up your box. In between each set of teeth, you're going to draw a line down to the bottom, and then in between each tooth, you're going to draw a line down to the bottom as well. I'm going to put a link into the comments and also the description of the video, because I have a full video on how to draw and label a keyboard. Now, the next thing to do would be to label it up. And the 2 bunny's teeth is very, very important, because the note to the left of this one, is going to be your C. So we're going to label it up C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and then we can go on up again if we want to. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm now going to go to my question that I've got, and I can see that this is a C. I know this is middle C, and I know this top one here is also a C. So let's walk up the ladder. So we're starting with C, then we've got D, E, F, G, A, and B. Now, we don't have any sharps or any flats to deal with for this example. So what we're now going to do is we're now going to go and highlight the notes on our keyboard that are in our scale. So this is presumably the keyboard that you've written is on your scrap piece of paper which you have written when you've come into the exam. So here we've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Now, the next step is to work out which 2 sets of pairs are a semitone apart. Now, we know that if we go up to the upper end of the keyboard where I haven't labelled it, if we go from this note to this note, you don't even need to know what the note names are, but you can already tell that it is not a semitone because there is a note that is in between this. So this is 2 semitones. This is a tone apart, which is not what they're asking for. They're asking us for notes which are next door to each other. So I'm going to show you another 2 sets of notes here. And this is E and F. Now, as you can see, there is no note in the middle, no black note in the middle, and therefore they are semitone apart. It is 1 step away from each other and there is no other note in the middle. So that's what we've got to look at our keyboard and see if we can figure out. So I can spot there, okay, between E and F, there is no black note there. So that is going to be my first one. So I'm just going to label it as 1. And as I go up, I can see that everything else is a tone, except for when I get to B and C, that is also a semitone. So there is no black note in the middle there. So I've now found it. So now all I have to do is to go back to my original question, and I know it's between the E and the F. So I have to put a tick, and then between the B and the C. Now, if we go back to what I said at the beginning of the video, it's the 3rd, 4th, and 7th and 8th. So if I were to label it up 1, 2, 3rd and 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. Multiple ways of doing it.